Hitman 3 is one of the most popular and highly requested games I have ever gotten to platinum on the channel. It is the most recent addition to the Hitman franchise, but they sort of merged all the games together in the World of Assassination bundle on PlayStation. Kind of confusing, to be honest, if you never once played a Hitman game like me, but today I got the platinum trophy for Hitman 3. There's a total of 48 trophies within, and pretty much every single one is just gotten from doing countless, and I mean countless challenges within the main levels of the game.
Oh my god!
Speaking of main levels, there is only 6. And since you never hit on a 6, we won't spend any time going through them because the only major trophies gotten are from finishing each and every level. I did get one single extra trophy though on the 4th level when using the camera system and firing each of the ICA employees in perfect timing, which triggers a unique kill. And by unique kill, I mean the entire place catches on fire and everyone burns inside. So that was hot, and now it's time to go through each level and do the challenges, which is literally just this entire game's playtime. I think it took me 5 hours to get those first 6 levels finished without doing challenges, and then I spent 25 more hours just on the challenges themselves. I first went back to the prologue levels though because I apparently didn't do them since I was confused on how this game starts and just sort of breezed past it. But I did the first prologue as I said and finished one of the mission stories, which gives you a trophy. That same mission story also enabled me to shoot this paid actor up into the sky. Hopefully he signed an NDA. You then just exit the mission without anyone around you knowing the extent to the heinous crimes we have just done. And after exiting the level, I got 3 trophies in a row, which was very unexpected. Much like this. I then finished the freeform training level in the prologue because I apparently also didn't do that. Somehow I managed to make the unmissable trophies missable. I truly am a god. Okay, so now that all the level trophies are officially out of the way, it's time to begin doing challenges for real this time. First, I began with the trophy that needed you to kill targets with ballistic, accident, and explosion kills. And I already had the first 2, so all that was left is the explosion kills. And I decided to just follow this mission story on the prologue because that is super simple and easy. I love how they made you place a propane tank and then also throw in a remote explosion, just to really make sure these 3 tax-paying citizens could die. And when you think about this prologue, it's kind of hilarious because all of the people here are supposed to be just actors, and we are just dead-ass killing them. It's kind of harsh. There is also this contract creation part of this game, which I still don't understand, but if you finish the tutorial, you get a trophy, so that's cool. I then just kept on doing challenges for the prologue mission and ended up getting every single playstyle after exiting one of the tries. Next trophy I went after was called Top of the Class. This is one of the weirdest ones in the game, and I still don't understand its motive, much like that blue-haired girl in high school. But its description is to beat the highest leaderboard score on a contract. So I just made my own and replayed it a few times, trying to do it faster. And I guess you have to play it 3 times before the trophy pops. So that was dumb, and almost as pointless as paying taxes, am I right? Anyways, the next trophy is gotten for completing a featured contract. And Lord have mercy, this made me want to quite literally give up already. Featured contracts are the community maps that the game devs endorse, and it's pretty much just a new objective on a new location each time. But Lord have mercy, I just didn't have the patience to do these and enjoy them. I also was really not about to play a map with 12 different people to kill, so I spent a good hour replaying over and over on levels, desperately trying to do the dumb objectives that they have. I also spent the majority of my time on this one Chinese level, which had some really odd things going on. And no, not just Samsung phones. But I gotta give it to the security here because I died so many times that I can't even count the amount of death. It would hurt my soul too much. I finally found a featured contract, however, which had 2 really easy objectives, and I just ran away on the sides of the map to exit the level, getting the trophy finally. At this point, I decided to go through each main level and find all the shortcuts on them. These are literally as they are described. It's a shortcut for the level. I think in total there was like 15 of them, and this wasn't too bad to be honest. Especially since on some levels I already had a few done, which made this trophy easy. Alright, now that is basically all of the general challenge cleanups for the game, and we begin the torturous ritual of beginning each level off with finding every location in them. First level is on Dubai, obviously, and finding each location is actually very easy because the map thankfully has little markers where you haven't gone yet. All in all, a pretty easy trophy, so maybe I won't lose all my chrome zones today. And next I went after this trophy called Rise Up. This is gotten from beating all the mission stories for this level. These mission stories also count as challenges in addition, so this is kind of like a hit bird with stone thing. I forgot the analogy, someone tell me it. But the first new mission story I did had us crash, and that's great. But seriously, it had us eavesdrop on this man with weird fashion choices, and then drag him into the bushes to touch in a physical way. I also put on his disguise and then tricked some other fat dude with even more questionable fashion choices into following me to a bathroom stall. Now this dude must have thought we had toilet ramen noodles or something, because that wasn't smart at all, and I also took him out. Then I documented the death like Logan Paul because this old guy wanted proof for my job I was doing. And once I gave it to him, that was the conclusion of the main story. However, another challenge can be done right after when slamming his poor old head into this little statue he owns on his table. Now that's what I call a certifiable Johnny Sins assassination. The next mission story had me cosplay as a security guard until the important man I worked for showed up for me to begin guarding. He also had us do some fun bonding times and throw knives off of a building at targets. I feel so bad for the poor people below who are having knives and rumble rain down upon them. But after that I passed the training I guess and then took him out also. This both ended the mission story and also gave me the trophy. Now both of those previous killings were useful because they are 2/3 what we need for the next trophy called Treacherous Architecture. The only one I had left was to kill them in the air. This is done by disabling some security thing and raising a ton of alarm, whilst also cutting holes into both of their parachutes. Low-key, this was villainous, but also, why did they both only have a parachute? What about all the other people here? Yeah, so they died and we got a trophy. You then have to do the same thing you just did, except this time throw a banana peel down right where they jumped off the building. And if you do it right, not only will they lose their humanity, manhood, and respect from others, you also get a trophy. So that is all the trophy-specific challenges on this level. Now we just have to reach mastery level 20 on the level overall. Most challenges give at least 2000 XP per challenge and just consist of similar things on each level. Lots of different assassinations however, like exploding golf balls, intensive electrocutions, silly drownings, and also collapsed sniper kills, which is the most notable thing to happen in the sniping community since FaZe clans fall off. But it all ended peacefully though when we simply reunited the evil guy and his daughter. But I had to take some pictures for later, if you know what I mean. Dubai is now done, which is one of 6 complete. I wanna cry. The next level is at this house place, and I honestly don't know the name of the level, but it has a cool murder mystery in it, which was awesome, and I do love this map. Anyways, finding every location here was the fastest in the game because it all colluded into the same place essentially, and you don't need to go very far for any of them. I then did every mission story like usual for this level. The only one I had done so far was the murder mystery one, as I said previously, and that was by far the longest one since the other two just have you become a photographer, and also you get to be the Undertaker. No, not the wrestling guy unfortunately. I then did a trophy specific task which has you pull a JFK on Alexa and snipe her out of her own balcony. The disrespect is insane, but what do you expect when your name is the same as an idiotic AI assistant that only costs $50? This next trophy though wasn't very easy and is sort of broken from my experience. You gotta help Emma kill Alexa. I swear, it's always a bitch named Emma. But basically, you're supposed to just simply fix her poison equipment in the greenhouse and then do nothing else. This also means you have to wait like 10 minutes for the AI to move its slow ass around and do something. But once the deed is done and Alexa gets poisoned from her drink, you get the trophy. Alright, well now it's that disaster of the time again where we get to go spend 2 hours of our already meaningless lives somehow making them even worse. I went and did every single challenge for the level. I seriously hate these so much I don't even want to talk about anything that happened in them. But I did end up stealing a hearse, which is something I never thought I'd have to do. And I'm glad I did. Next level is in Berlin this time at a pretty dope club to be honest. Although I do bet there's lots of disease in there. Anyways, we obviously got to go through and find all the locations first, so that's what we did. And I ended up having the final one be that radio tower, which I thought was impossible to get into. You just need the key. And we got that trophy after ascending it, also while tripping every single known trap out there. I then had to do another threesome trophy where you eliminate 3 targets in different yet very specific ways. First guy is done with a rifle, which is simple enough. The next dude, however, got crushed by a big rock dropped from a crane, so his eulogy is going to be interesting for sure. And the final one I sort of messed up a few times, but it's done by overcharging this electric walkway thing and then lighting it up once 2 of the targets are on it. Now that was a lot of action, so let's slow it down a little bit and just take some pictures of birds. Man, this must be what gay people feel like. Anyways, after that I had one more trophy to get here before the challenges, and it's done by cosplaying as the club owner and having a little sit down which turns into John Wick faster than your dad left to go get milk. And then like usual we had to do every single challenge for this level. Now this took me another hour and a half, so it was again pain. And I can't really remember anything that cool happening on this level, and it's low-key my least favorite of them all. But while we are here, I might as well tell you guys about this awesome Platinum Trophy playlist which has tons of videos on it that you probably haven't seen yet, featuring games like the God of War series, Titanfall, plenty of Call of Duty games, and many others that I get comments asking for when I've already done them. So make sure to check that out if you want. Actually, no, just watch it. That's not a question. Oh, and look, the trophy popped finally. Thank God. All right, so we are on the 4th level now in some Chinese city. I have no idea how to say it, so I won't. But I found all the locations like usual, and I must say, this level is one of the most atmospheric of them all, and it reminds me a lot of Cyberpunk, which is cool. I ended up doing this level sort of randomly because I was getting super bored of the challenges in this game. And I got the first new trophy for getting a collat kill on both of the targets with a sniper from a conveniently placed sniper nest. We won't talk about how many times I missed. It's just not necessary, to be honest. I then did the usual mission story crap, but this time it was kind of cool. The first mission had us pretend to be a test subject, and with nothing but sheer willpower, we killed the target dude. I also had to redo this whole sniper shabackle because I didn't initiate the story for it since I wasn't aware it was won. But we got that trophy, which was neat. And then it's time again for the glorious challenges. This map was by far the hardest one, and it's mostly due to the fact that you can be spotted in nearly every outfit by at least someone, which makes doing illegal activities very hard, and it reminds me a lot of modern day police. Anyways, after another inconceivable amount of time, I finished all the challenges needed and got the trophy for this level. So now we are on the wine level, which takes place at a very wealthy, rich winery. And the first trophy is again for finding all the locations. I then also did the mission stories, which were surprisingly fast because they all end relatively quickly and don't have you really kill anyone. At least, it's not always needed to.
Target is down. Over.
So next I did a trophy which has you attend the secret meeting Don made up for all of his business friends, we will say. In this same meeting, he also kills that annoying blonde girl and takes our beloved hostage. What a guy. But it ends with us saving our girl since she's a baddie and she also took out Don for us. What a woman. And after that ending cutscene, the trophy pops. I then had to replay the same mission story I just did, and this was awful. For some reason, I just could not get the timing right when poisoning Don's drink and had to retry this for hours straight. But I eventually did manage to poison it, and I don't want to talk about it anymore. I have too much PTSD. Anyways, it's that time. You know what time it is. I don't even have to say it anymore. We made it finally to the last level. So this last level is called Untouchable and has us in nothing but undies being experimented on while on a train. What a villain origin story. But I got the first trophy for killing this dude with a pistol. Low-key, I don't think I should have gotten this trophy pop here, but I did, so I won't complain. This ending of the list is bugged like crazy. I then followed this legendary guide on all the challenges for this train mission and did it in a single go, which is just amazing. And you then finish off the level getting some different endings and stuff, which is neat. However, that was not the good ending because the trophy didn't pop, even though it clearly says to do all the challenges for Untouchable. And I did. Thankfully, this is a common issue, and most people say it will pop after you do the Codename 47 challenges also. These are 5 different challenges across 5 different levels. First being back on the China level where you snipe a target with a headshot. Not sure how I didn't do that, but I did it now. You then get to go to a previous game's level and have to smack some fat dude with this statue thing. I don't know what just happened, but it was epic. And then we had to go to some other level from a previous game again and drown a guy after poisoning his food. And next up, we are back on Birdland and have to take out 5 targets with explosives only. This was kind of annoying because I didn't have the perfect loadout for it, but I managed to blow enough dudes and the game said I was good to move on. So the final challenge is actually back in the final main level for Hitman 3. And you just simply have to kill every single guard on the train and then take the serum at the end. Not gonna lie, this was extremely easy, and I was very relieved once I managed to do it and get the trophy, with the platinum right after. Hitman 3 is by far one of the best games I've ever played. The amount of different things that can happen is just insane, but also can become very annoying if you're playing it like I am and don't appreciate when the NPCs all of a sudden act differently when you're already set up doing a challenge. So that was kind of annoying. But overall, it's a great game, and thank you for constantly asking me to play it. Okay, well, that's all. You're allowed to leave now.